to generate the required output. The required output. For example, if you look at the poultry industry or a poultry farm, you see that they obtain feeds. Yes, feed. Feed is even part of it. They obtain feed from the input supplier and combine feed with the chicks, add labor and supervision until either egg or poultry meat are produced. So the farm activities or the farm production activities depend so much on the input supply end. Every product or every commodity in agriculture has its own agribusiness chain of activities, like the poultry, the fishery, and the crop subsector. From the farm production activity, the production or the output of the farm production activity will come out to the processing level. Processing. This, like I mentioned before, at every stage of the agribusiness, there are people who are engaged in activities and they make a living. They make a living out of it. So, like the farmers who occupy this position, they buy the inputs from the input supply end, and they work on it to generate output. That output, processors will buy from the farmer and process it to the form in which consumers want it. They can produce it to a better form. At this point, the output from the farm, we call it raw material. Raw material. It is still raw material. The yam tuber is raw. The cassava tuber is raw. Even the poultry bed is raw. The fish is also raw. Somebody can pick on that at the processing level and process it. In the case of the fish, it can be processed to dry fish, smoked fish. And with that, it can preserve for a long time before you can get to the ultimate consumer. Then even the raw cassava, somebody can buy the raw cassava tuber, process it to gari, to fufu, and to starch, industrial starch, and sell it to the ultimate consumer. So from the processing, this processing end or stage of the agribusiness, there are some people who are engaged in the processing of the raw material. They make a living from it, but they are not farmers. They are not farmers. So you can see that agribusiness can expand, can elongate the agricultural chain in such a way that so many people are involved, are engaged in it for the purpose of livelihood. For the purpose of livelihood. You see, from the off-farm, from the on-farm we move into on-farm, and from off-farm we move into off-farm again. Off-farm again. The product, the input move into the farm, activities are carried out on the farm. Then from the farm, the output move out of the farm to off-farm, and this is where you see the processor, they are off-farm. I believe you understand it. They are off-farm. They are not, it's not compulsory that the processing activity or operation must be done inside the farm. Though a farmer may do that, but in terms of agribusiness, a farmer may not have the resources needed to carry out production activities and still have resources to engage in processing activity. So he will leave the processing activity to another set of people. So the processors, they are operating off farm. Sometimes we still call it non-farm, and they make a living from that. Then from the processing, some people are engaged in storage, stroke warehousing. This one is another aspect of agribusiness. That where you see people, they purchase the product, already processed product, and store for future use. A farmer, a gari marketer, for example, may buy the processed gari in sacks, but he or she may not have where to keep them. So, but there are people who will have warehouses in the cities where they can keep bags of gari, and they make a living from that. They generate income from that, and they make a living from it. So, from storage, we enter the marketing. The marketing of agricultural commodities. They are all part and parcel. Marketing stroke distribution. Marketing stroke distribution of agricultural commodity. And these are the people who purchase the products either on wholesale, they will purchase on wholesale, or sell to the retailers. So the people that operate at this level are mainly wholesalers and retailers. The wholesalers, they buy in bulk and sell in relatively small lots to the retailer. The retailers sell in small units, small quantity to the ultimate consumer. So you can see that agriculture is loaded with a whole lot of activities, business activities. You can, as a young graduate of agriculture, you can key into any of this unit. You may decide to just be input supplier. You may decide to be at the production level. You may decide to be at the processing level, or even marketing of agricultural products, and you can make a living from it. So with the concept of agribusiness, agriculture has gained prominence in national economic development. We can see that the oil sector is already failing. The sector that is gaining ground now is the agriculture.
Yes.
It can never fail. Because if you have agricultural assets, landed property, tend to appreciate over time. It can never depreciate. So, this sector is capable of carrying up to 70% of the population. Whereas the oil sector can give job to very few percentage, a very small percentage of the population. So you can see that with the concept of agribusiness, you will be able to swallow or engage a lot of youths and solve the unemployment problem in the country. From this, we'll go straight to the role of agribusiness in economic development. The role of agribusiness in economic development. Number one. The role. I'm talking about the role of agribusiness in economic development. Number one, agribusiness can generate income generation. It generates income. generates income,
Create employment opportunity.
it creates employment opportunity, opportunities, and therefore resolving the social problem of unemployment.
Yes, sir.
Then, apart from that, those that engage in agribusiness activities, from the input end to production, to processing, and even marketing, they pay tax to the government. Because they pay tax to the government tends to harvest taxes from the sector, from agribusiness sector. Government tend to harvest taxes from the agribusiness sector. Then another thing is that as a result of the change in tastes, consumption lifestyle of people in the society, agribusiness has been able to upgrade the standard of living of the populace, of the population. Like I have mentioned before, apart from the tax that government generates or harvests from the agricultural sector, in terms of international agribusiness, that is the export of agriculture, there are some that operate as exporter of agricultural commodities. They pay, through that, government generates foreign exchange earnings. From the agribusiness sector. Beside that, the agribusiness due to its activities, tend to link the rural area with the urban area. If there are people who are into agricultural business, they go to the rural area, which is mainly the production center, move the product to the urban center, which is the consumption center.